I was never a runner. I used to make fun of runners. I'd see them on the side of the roads and ask somebody, whoever's with me, why why are they running? I never see them smiling. And then I ended up coaching hockey with these two gents. One of them was already a marathon runner, and they had run a marathon. I saw how much fun they had together, and I decided to give it a go. And so that's what got me into it. A couple of hockey coaches, some really good friends that I worked with, and they talked me into running the Twin Cities Marathon. I rarely run on roads. If I run on roads, it's out of convenience or out of time. But mostly I just love getting out into a natural setting and running trails. I read this book, many people have, Born to Run, and they were running trail races in that book, and it had never occurred to me before to run on trails, and I love being outside, camping, all the nature things anyways. And so I was living in a small town, Taylors Falls, Minnesota, and like 3 blocks from my house, literally, I could be on trails in a state park, interstate state park, and I decided to try it, and it became a love affair of sorts, and never looked back. I've done a few road things, just for fun. It's always for fun, depending on who wants to go running and do a race. But otherwise, I'd say most of what I do is on trails at this point. The way I recharge my batteries is by running, being out in nature, and mostly just being out here seemingly by myself. Our world is so focused on time, and here time just kind of disappears. It's more of a eternal sort of spiritual sort of time that I feel connected with, and you don't get that on the roads as much. Of course, there's beauty and there's good people, but I don't find it on the roads like I do on trails. When I'm out here, there's just this peace within me, and there's some joy that comes with that. And so there's the unwinding from the busyness of life and disconnecting from just the busyness of the world around us. So that's where it comes from. Alan Watts talks about the eternal time of the river. It's just different from the watch time, and this is one that's been going for millennia and will probably continue for millennia after me, and getting to be out here and connecting with that, it's just, I don't know, I find it deeply important and revitalizing for my inner self. Just being out here, it's a great place for me just to be thankful for the life I have. I've got an awesome wife, April, and a daughter, Hannah. Just being thankful for that. We live in a beautiful place, a beautiful home, and just have been blessed with so much, and sometimes it just feels so unreal to me. And so part of the spiritual side is just coming out here and just being thankful, being alive, and being able to just see creation and how everything is interconnected with each other, and being able to see the seasons, running the same trail over and over, but also being able to see winter come in, and then spring set in, and then summer, and then fall, and do it all over again. And sometimes those seasons just seem to connect up with my own life, and in my mind anyways, it's a real spiritual experience, one that I cherish and one that I find to be on the sacred side. It's unbeatable. It just doesn't happen in any other format of my life like it does when I'm out on a trail run. I can't explain it. And it's so rhythmic, with your footfalls, and your breathing, concentrating on the breathing, and then your body starts to sync up with itself once it's warmed up, and and it almost becomes a magical experience. It's kind of weird. I've had this happen a few times where it seems to be around mile 18 on a trail run where everything is just flowing right. I just start crying and I have no idea why or where it comes from, and once I realize the crying is happening, it's just like this overwhelming, joyous feeling that comes out of me. It seems like up until that point, there's a lot of issues going on. Your body and your brain are wondering if you can even finish this thing, and finally something just sort of settles down, and you can feel it, and it feels really good. When I first started running, it used to be these little mental boundaries that would fall down. I can't run 5 miles. I've never done that before, and I'd run 5, and then it'd be another mental boundary that I'd pass, and then it was 8, and then it was 18, and then I'd do my first marathon at 26 miles, and I keep pushing it, running different lengths, 50 Ks, 50 miles, have a goal maybe this summer to run 100 miles, and just to keep testing. I won't stop until I find the end somehow. It takes me a few days after a failed race to really get my mind back into a positive place. It's definitely something that I need to work on. It's a weakness that's being super exposed by this trail running thing. But I think once I can come down from that negative place, I realize that I'm still learning things about my body and pushing my body and my brain to these different limits and different places that it's never been before. And that's the thing about running too, it's just a learning curve. One day same conditions as another, but everything fails, and there's just no good reason for it. You ate the same thing, you went out the same time, it's the same temperature, and things go wrong. You can't do anything about it. You just got to get up the next day and continue the process. You definitely find some stuff about yourself that you didn't know was there. Just these voices in your head that kind of they say that you can't do this, you shouldn't be doing this, and it's really a resistant sort of voice, and so it's more of getting a grasp on those voices and telling them to kind of step back and realizing that there's actually much more inside you.